Les stood firm, facing the black dragon's breath attack without attempting to dodge. He felt a moment of raw shock as the intense heat washed over him. He was hit by an absurd amount of magic power. A terrifying thought flashed through his mind. Was my prediction wrong? Am I going to get vaporized like this? Then, the blinding light and heat subsided, and Les found himself completely unharmed. Geralt, who had been watching in apprehension, let out a surprised growl. Looks like, Les said, a sigh of relief escaping him. I'm fine. He let out a soft phew, realizing, so it really was like I thought. He had understood the black dragon's true intentions. To begin with, the black dragon had never intended to harm them. The strange feeling he had about its seemingly aimless attacks wasn't wrong. The only concern had been the breath attack, but that had actually given rise to a hypothesis. What if the breath was the one thing he could withstand? As he could now see, his prediction was correct. It looked just like a real, deadly breath, but the surface was disguised with dense magic, while the inside was hollow. That required incredibly advanced magic control, something only a dragon known as the King of Magic could pull off. And the important part is, Les mused, why did the black dragon go to such lengths? Just as the question formed, a system notification appeared, answering him. The black dragon respects you for showing not only great strength and wisdom, but also for honoring its pride, the desire to protect people like its distant ancestors once did. Immediately following, a taming notification chimed. The black dragon is now tameable. Would you like to tame it? So I was being tested after all, Les concluded. For the black dragon, who carried the memories of its ancestors that once protected this land, it didn't want its power used to harm innocent people. That's why it never intended to hurt Lest, an innocent. Because Lest had realized that and respected its pride, the black dragon had agreed to be tamed. Of course, Lest affirmed, looking at the mighty beast. I came here so that your pride wouldn't be tarnished. The black dragon then lowered itself to Lest. Black dragon, Lest began, from now on, fight alongside us. The dragon let out a mighty roar of acceptance. Lest gasped in surprise. An insane amount of magic power began to flow into him. He could feel every function, his strength, his senses awakening. So this was what it meant to tame the King of Magic. Taming notification. Taming successful. Taming notification. You have been granted a portion of the tamed target's power. Level up notification. Trait Dragon's Blessing acquired. A system notification provided details. Dragon's Blessing grants the bearer strong resistance to all status effects and advanced magic control skills. A trait this time, huh? Lest exclaimed. He knew Dragon's Blessing was seriously powerful. Another taming notification appeared. You've also learned miniaturization as a result of your second successful tame. Lest thought about the black dragon in the game, which could manipulate all kinds of magic, like a master of magical concepts. It had concept interference skills too, but he guessed he wasn't getting those right now. He reasoned that unlike in the game, this black dragon was still a young one. It probably just hadn't learned those abilities yet. This led him to an astonishing conclusion. It could grant him even more power as it grew. That was insane just thinking about it. Les beamed with happiness. Right, he remembered. He couldn't keep calling it Black Dragon forever, just like with Geralt, he should give it a name. Goro, he mused, then dismissed it. No, that's too plain. Then how about in French? He settled on a name. War, he said to the dragon. I'd like to call you that from now on. Is that all right? The dragon roared happily in response. They all looked at each other, a newfound camaraderie settling amongst them. Geralt then let out an affectionate bark, wagging its tail. Les looked surprised as Geralt approached him. I know, Geralt, Les said gently, understanding. I was only able to recruit more thanks to you. I'm counting on you from now on too, Geralt responded with another happy bark.